Hey guys, welcome to another one of our videos. I'm the Worm, this is the Brom. Today we're doing another juice review from really-ecigarette.com. Today we are doing apple.
Apple, 8 milligram strength, apple flavoured e-liquid. I don't think they've really got a range, but it's just from their liquids, basically. Yeah. Their whole liquid is a range. So it's apple, 8 milligram strength. From their range, to get free, it's not going to affect the review, get that out of the way and done.
Testing it in a Zeus, just been re-wicked and primed, obviously. I'm just going to take a few totes while it's broken on the carries on.
I have a flat $6.99 for a 20ml bottle, which is actually quite reasonable, $3.50-ish. But as we said in the menthol one, the more you buy, the more you get off. So 2 bottles will reduce it to $6.49 per bottle. 4 bottles is $5.99 and 6 bottles is $5.49, which actually works out to be very competitively priced, just over £8 a bottle if you buy more than 6 bottles. They do have to be the same nicotine strength, but I believe you can switch the flavours about, so that's pretty good. We're only guesstimating the PG-VG ratios because they're not stated, but we guesstimate between sort of 70 and 80% PG. The rest is VG. Would be an educated guess from what we're kind of getting from it.
Sorry guys, that was a 2-ohm coil with running on 4 volts here. As you can see, the flavour coming off it was a little bit more than the menthol. I don't know why, but we do seem to find, what I found with my menthols that I've got, seems to be slightly less flavour. Not much, but it's just slight. But flavour, definitely apple. Definitely apple. To me, it kind of tastes very much like both the skin and the inner part of the apple. It just tastes like eating an apple to me. I mean, I'm getting much like a fresh apple. It's very nice. It's very crisp. The vapor, the flavour seems to be on inhalation and on exit. So yeah, very good so far. Very good.
For me, the throat hit of this is slightly more than it is on the menthol, the sort of nicotine throat hit, but I think that's because it's a less dominating flavour than it is in the menthol. But yeah, it's an apple. There's no two ways about it. For me, it tastes, well, the picture is sort of a red and green apple. It tastes like that. If you've ever had a red apple, the taste you get from the softer fleshed apples, it tastes like that. To me, very slightly apple juice-ish, but then that is made of apples, so it kind of is a good thing. I mean, I'm looking at the bottle on the site now, and it's rated 4.86 out of 5 from over 100 views. So that said to me it was going to be pretty good anyway. And it is, if you want an apple flavour, I go as far as saying this is probably the best one I've ever tried, and I have tried some very, very good apples. But as an all-round apple, this is very good. It does just taste like you've had a big chunk of apple, you've chewed it, and that flavour's left in your mouth. That's what it is. So
what I'm getting off of that, the more I vaped it, is I don't know if many people have got them out there, but if anyone's tried like one of those machines that freshly squeezes your juices and that, and you kind of get a little bit of pulp in there, that's how it tastes to me, like a freshly squeezed apple into a
dry.
Is it? You've got the juice.
I have got the juice.
But yeah, it tastes. It has got that slight juiciness to it from like it's actually being drunk rather than eaten sort of thing. So
I almost get the texture from like the apple.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a pulpy.
It's almost get the texture. It's very, very good apple. Actually, very, very, very good. Ratings. What do you think of it, and what do you reckon of what it's meant to be?
Right, what it's meant to be, it's definitely apple. It's definitely a fresh apple as well. It tastes very crisp and very nice. 10 to what it's meant to taste like. For me, it's about a 9.5. It is very, very close. I do really, really like it. I mean, I don't really eat apples. I'm not a lover of apples, but I could vape that quite nicely. It's about a 9.5. So yeah.
For me, what it's meant to taste like, 10 out of 10. There's no two ways about it. It bloody is apple. I think it would be possible to make a liquid taste more of apple than this one does. If it is possible, I want to try it, because this to me is like you've just eaten an apple and you've got the flavour left in your mouth. That's how good this apple is. So for it's meant to taste like 10. For me personally, it's a 9. It is very nice. It is something I could probably do pretty much all day. It is, as well said, very crisp. It's quite a sweet vape for an apple, but then apples are generally quite sweet. This is more of a sweeter apple than as opposed to sort of the crisp, sharp,
I want to say
bitter ones.
More like a Granny Smith.
Yeah, it's more of a sort of a soft-fleshed Granny Smith as opposed to sort of one of your, what's that? And Granny Smith's a green apple that are quite hardcore. Granny Smiths are the crunchy ones, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that.
Really?
The flavour.
I'm
Yeah.
getting more of a softer red apple than a Granny Smith, but again, different
Flavours change, you know.
different flavours, different people. Hopefully, having two people here kind of helps you. Probably confuses you more than anything, but
It's probably an apple blend for all we know. But he's getting more of a red apple. I'm getting more of a Granny Smith, to be honest.
I mean, this says a sweet and tangy, as in the skin. Savour the flavour of the apple within. I mean, a bit rhymy and whatever else, but it is. I'm getting more sweet than tang, but there's definitely a kind of. It is like you've got the skin and the flesh of the soft apple in your mouth for me. So this is a very, very good liquid. If you enjoy apples and you're starting vaping, try this definitely. If you enjoy apple e-liquids and you've already been vaping for a while, it's very, very good. Very, very good. I mean, this is the problem when we do these use reviews, is that when we get ones that are incredibly good, there's very little we can say about it apart from it's good over and over and over again, like we already have. It's definitely worth £7 for 20 ml. If you really like apple, take a pump, buy 2 bottles, pay a quid less for the 2. I don't think you're going to be dissatisfied by it any way, shape or form.
No.
We didn't point out in the menthol what strengths these are actually available in. All of their liquids are available in 24, 18, 14, 8 milligrams, and all of them are available in 0 nicotine.
But don't forget, guys, when you do order more than one, if you want to do that money saver that they're doing for like the 2, 4, and 6, you've got to buy the same amount of nicotine on each flavour you buy.
So they all have to be 18s or all 12 or 14s or all 8s. It's not.
You can mix your flavours, but you can't mix your nicotine strengths.
From what we gather anyway. But the fact they do them all in 0, I think is quite good, because a lot of sites will just have a few in 0. But it's definitely good if you want to start and reduce, then you can still continue doing what you enjoy doing. There's no nicotine technical addiction there at all.
And you ain't got to worry about getting into like your DIY sort of stuff, which is quite daunting when you first get into it. So
yeah, we're definitely recommending this. Very, very good e-liquid. I think we're about to cusp. I have been Mr. Provolone. This has been The Worm. Thank you very much for watching.
See you later, guys.
See you soon.